Hi, my name is Jeff Evans, and today I'd like to share a little story about a gentleman who was instrumental in the history of Oviedo. His name, John Wesley Evans Sr. Now, he was born in 1913 in Chicago, Illinois, but he loved living here in Oviedo. Now, you might ask yourself, how did he get here from Chicago? Well, while attending a club meeting at the Methodist Church in Evanston, Illinois, he met his lovely wife, Clara Lee Wheeler, or Claire. At the time, he was working for a Northwestern professor, and she was attending Northwestern's graduate school in Evanston. Now, Claire was born here in Oviedo, and eventually, inevitably, they were married in June of 1941, right here in the foster chapel of the Oviedo Methodist Church. Now, while back in Chicago, he was called up to serve in World War II. He served with the Rainbow Division in France, while Claire moved back to Oviedo with their first son, John Wesley Jr., to stay with her parents, B.F. and George Lee Wheeler. Just a side note, his mother-in-law's name was George. Now, after the war, they came to Florida and stayed right here in Oviedo. Many times, John's brothers would ask him, "What's in Florida that would make you want to live there?" John simply responded, "Opportunities." In fact, John's father-in-law asked him to become part of his firm, a family-owned business called Nelson and Company, as an accountant. Now, Nelson and Company had farms and groves all over Central Florida. In fact, you can still see their company water tower in downtown Oviedo. Now, during the years that follow, he and Claire had 4 sons and 7 grandchildren. He and Claire loved living in Florida, and they resided in a house over on Jessup Avenue, the home that's one of only 4 buildings in Oviedo that is listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. Now, they enjoyed participating in community activities, too many to count. They just felt a duty to serve wherever they could. Now, John was very proud of his involvement with the education system in Oviedo. You see, he grew up in an orphanage, so the nurturing of children and their education was very important to him. Now, in the orphanage, he dreamed of one day becoming a doctor, but he began first working in a tool and die shop. But a friend suggested to him, you might want to try accounting. And the rest, as they say, well, it's history. Now, he served on the Seminole County School Board from 1960 to 1968. He was even chairman for 2 years. He pushed for lots of upgrades in the Seminole school system, especially new construction, such as Lyman High School, Oviedo High School, and Seminole Community College. The Seminole County School Board even named an elementary school after him on Chapman Road. There are many men and women who have contributed to the history of Oviedo, and John Wesley Evans Sr. was just another one of them.